Hey there, how's it going? I hope you're doing great. I'm your storyteller and I'm here to take you deep into some chilling horror tales, straight from the dark side of roommates. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. I'd love to know where you're watching from and what time it is for you right now, so drop it in the comments. When you're ready, find a comfortable spot, dim the lights, relax. And let's step into the shadows together. 6 months had passed since that terrifying night when Jessica Monroe discovered that a man had been watching her from the trees outside her window, taking pictures of her, and standing silently in the dark every night. She had moved far away from that house, new city, new school, and a new life. But the memories still haunted her dreams. She thought he was gone. But he had returned. Now living with her aunt in a small town, Jessica tried to adjust. Life had become somewhat normal again. But the fear had not left. She checked the door 3 times every night before sleeping. She never left the curtains open. Unknown numbers on her phone still made her tremble. One day, while walking home from school, she felt those same eyes watching her. She turned. No one. But something stirred inside her. Was it just fear? Or was he truly back? Her aunt's elderly neighbor, Miss Walker, once mentioned that she'd seen someone in her backyard at night, a shadow moving silently. That night, Jessica heard soft tapping outside her window. She slowly lifted the curtain, and saw nothing. But there were faint fingerprints on the glass. Then came the messages again. At 2:44 a.m., an unknown number sent a chilling text, "Did you miss me?" Jessica dropped the phone in panic. Another message followed, "The new curtains don't suit you. Red's not your color." That was the moment she knew, he had found her. Over the next few days, she noticed someone following her. At school, at the bus stop, in the grocery store, she kept seeing a man in a black jacket. He never approached, but he was there. One day, she found a note in her school locker, "Wherever you go, I'm there. But now, I won't just watch." Attached was a photo, of her bedroom window, taken the previous night. Her aunt contacted the police. CCTV cameras were installed around the house. A panic button was added to Jessica's room. One night, the cameras caught something, tall, slim, wearing a mask, hiding behind a tree. Then he disappeared. Police found nothing. Jessica stopped sleeping. Even her dreams were full of dread. On a stormy night, the power went out. The cameras failed. Her aunt was working late. Jessica was alone. Then came a message, "I'm at the door. Should I knock?" She trembled and dialed 911. A photo arrived, live, he was standing at the front door. Police arrived, but he was gone. That was the moment Jessica decided she wouldn't run anymore. She would fight. She used tech, created awareness online, and even hired a private investigator. Weeks later, in an abandoned house, they found a secret room, walls covered in hundreds of photos of her. One chilling note read, "You're mine. You've always been mine." The investigation revealed his identity, Bill Harper, a former security guard with a mental illness history, fired from a school. A full operation was launched to capture him. One day, her friend Clara received a text, "She's no longer mine. Now, you are." The danger had grown. Jessica and Clara set a trap using a fake social media profile. Eventually, Bill Harper was arrested in a parking garage with cameras, fake IDs, and even the key to Jessica's old home. But peace didn't return. Jessica still couldn't sleep well. The curtains remained drawn. And then, one night, her phone rang again. A new, unknown number. A message appeared. "He was just my student. The real hunter is me." Jessica stared at the screen, her blood turning cold. The message glowed in the darkness of her room, "He was just my student. The real hunter is me, asterisk for a moment, she froze. Her hand trembled as she dropped the phone. The fear she thought she had conquered had only just begun. Bill Harper had been a nightmare. But now, there was someone else, someone worse. Someone smarter. The police dismissed it at first. They told her it was probably another twisted prank, someone mimicking Bill's crimes. But Jessica felt something deeper. The message wasn't just a threat, it was a claim. This wasn't someone copying Bill. This was the mastermind behind everything. In the following days, strange things began to happen again. But they were different this time. Smarter. More calculated. Her phone started receiving automated calls with distorted breathing sounds. Her aunt's car alarm would go off in the middle of the night, with no sign of entry. One morning, her school notes were rearranged. Someone had been inside her room. But there were no signs of forced entry, no broken locks, no fingerprints. Whoever it was, they knew what they were doing. Clara became distant. She'd stopped talking much, barely replied to Jessica's texts. Jessica went to her house only to find Clara's mother panicked. Clara hadn't returned home the previous night. Her phone was off. That's when Jessica got another message. "She's with me now. She understands me better than you ever could." Asterisk. Jessica collapsed to her knees. The police launched a missing persons report, but there were no clues. No cameras caught anything. Clara had vanished. The fear that had been clinging to Jessica now bloomed into full terror. This wasn't just stalking. This was abduction. One night, Jessica found an envelope outside her window, sealed in black wax. Inside were three things: a picture of Clara sitting in a dark room, eyes open but expressionless, a single strand of her red hair, and a puzzle. A handwritten note read, asterisk, solve the pattern. It begins with the night you forgot to close the curtain. Asterisk. Jessica turned to the private investigator she had hired months ago, Daniel Rourke. A former FBI profiler, Daniel took the envelope seriously. He said the message wasn't just taunting, it was a ritual. Whoever this person was, he was playing a psychological game, designing a series of stages meant to slowly break Jessica down. Daniel moved in temporarily to protect Jessica while he worked. Together, they tried to trace the puzzle's pattern. It led them to an abandoned observatory on the outskirts of town, closed for decades. They went inside. The place smelled of rust and mildew. Walls were covered in faded astronomical charts, but one wall had been recently repainted. On it, someone had drawn Jessica's face. Hundreds of times. In charcoal. Every sketch slightly different. One crying. One screaming. One smiling unnaturally. And in the center, Clara's face, eyes shut, with a note below it, asterisk, awakening soon. Asterisk. Jessica screamed. Police arrived but the observatory was empty. Again, no evidence. But Daniel was convinced now, this wasn't just a person. It was a system. Someone who operated in the shadows, who used people like Bill Harper as pawns. He called him, the architect. Jessica's days turned into a waking nightmare. Sleep brought her terrifying dreams of mirrors, of Clara whispering backward sentences, of doors that didn't lead where they should. And every time she awoke, her phone had a new message. Always the same number. Always the same tone. You don't understand the beauty of fear. But you will. Asterisk. One night, Daniel's computer was hacked. On screen appeared dozens of files, images of Jessica from months ago, from different angles, different places. Images from inside her old house, her new school, even inside the police station. Whoever the architect was, he had eyes everywhere. Cameras planted in impossible places. He wasn't just watching. He was orchestrating. Jessica reached her breaking point when she received a voice message. It was Clara. crying. Repeating just 2 words, asterisk, he sees. Asterisk over and over. Jessica ran to the police again. But by the time they tried to trace the source, the number was disconnected. The FBI was called in. Daniel handed them everything. The architect's trail was subtle but not invisible. They started noticing similar patterns, other women in other states receiving strange messages, photos, some even disappearing. This was bigger than Jessica had imagined. She wasn't the only target. She was part of something much wider, a network of manipulated victims. Then, silence. For 2 weeks, no messages. No signs. Jessica started to relax just a little. Maybe the architect had moved on. Maybe the pressure of the investigation had scared him away. Maybe. Until one night, Jessica received a package. It was a box. Inside, Clara's phone. Still powered on. A single video file was saved in it. Jessica played it. The video began with static. Then a dark room. Clara, sitting motionless. Behind her, a wall of mirrors. Her face was pale. Someone walked behind her, tall, wearing a mirrored mask. He placed a hand on her shoulder. She didn't move. Then he spoke, his voice digitally distorted, asterisk, she's no longer afraid. She belongs to the reflection now. Asterisk. The video ended. Jessica screamed. Daniel rushed in, but it was too late. Her laptop began glitching. The screen split into infinite reflections of her own face, crying, confused, paralyzed with fear. Then a new message popped up, typed out live in front of her. You shouldn't fear the man at the window anymore. Now, you need to fear the man behind the glass. Asterisk. And the screen went black.
If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe our channel, give a like and share it with others who love suspense and thrill. And most importantly, turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next chilling tale. Your support means everything.